Okay, hi everyone. My name is Princess Jennings. I am the founder and CEO of Community Tracking Services. This work is personal to me. I was born and raised in Meridian, Mississippi, in a community that was overlooked by research. I grew up seeing firsthand the consequences of studies was conducted without true community trust or without community voices at the table. That experience is the foundation of everything we do at Community Tracking Services. Our focus today is how we move past those failures and truly build trust. I am known as a data bounty hunter. We use a feet in the street approach to collect data that matters to the communities that have been left out of research. Today's conversation is about why trust matters. Why trust matters with the relationships that researchers and the communities they serve. The challenge of earning the community trust. This topic is really tough for me. Like I said, earning the trust with the communities, the communities see researchers come in and asking for things, but not truly showing up. And that can be trust, and that can leave a mark for generations on out. Showing up once and not coming back, the communities are not likely to trust you when you come back because researchers often come back. And that's not what people like to see. You should come when you're not needed. And that's how trust is gathered. When you only come once, people see you like data points and not resources to be tapped into and not a partner. Trust is not formed then. And then there's the design side. When studies are already fully built without asking the community what they need, it makes the community feel like an afterthought. Tokenism actually hurts the community more than silence. Real partnerships isn't asked for feedback at the end. It's the community at the table from the beginning. And lastly, you can't walk into a community without a local connection. It says that everything is about metrics and not the individuals living in the community. You need a trusted connector, someone who knows the communities. Those relationships gonna open a door from you, something that our fancy credentials will never be able to do. So when you have a trusted community partner, it's gonna lead those ways to the community that no one can help you. Does that sound familiar? If so, we can talk about those in the breakout sessions. Now that we know the challenges of gaining community's trust, one thing we have to do is check our own biases. And a lot of times we're not even aware of those biases that we have. So let's start by examining the assumptions. We all have painted a mental picture of what a community looks like. And that can come from a data set or just how we grew up or what we see in the news. But that's a dangerous picture to have because we stop listening and it destroys every question that we ask, every answer that we have, and we're not listening. We just want to have proof of a thought that we already have. And that's never good when you're wanting to get honest opinions and honest thoughts from the community. And then there's the positionality. This one is always a little uncomfortable because it sends a message to the community that we're going into. Because there's our title, there's the institution that we come from, and even the car that we drive when we come into the neighborhood. The community is already reading that. And this is not a sign of weakness from us. It's just us being honest, saying that we're outsiders coming in and we do have a baggage that we're bringing into the community that we want to collect data from. And so again, as I said, sometimes our bias is not even conscious for us. So we all want to be a good guy, but it can show up in those invisible ways. And when I say invisible ways, it means who we recruit, the survey questions that we have, and even how we interpret those questions. And that can be surprising to some people. But what we have to really do is truly look into what we're studying and not just our intentions. And that's a big difference between good research and harmful research. But we have to start somewhere. Next, we have to always approach with an open mind. And when I say that is, not going in with our perceived thoughts. We need to lead with curiosity. And this means being open-minded and thinking about what could possibly be and not what we think. So when we go into those communities, we don't need to go in and say, this is what you need to do, or this is what we think you should do. We need to have a safe space for them to give them, a safe space for the community to give us their ideas. Because what you don't know is the community already have the answers to what they need, and we just should be open to listen. And secondly, let go of the script that you have in their mind, and you will get the great knowledge that you need. And this last one is going to be tough. We have to be able to sit with the discomfort. And I say that because we are going to be challenged. They're going to say something that make us think about all of the answers we have in our head. It's not going to be the answers that we leave with. How to be trust. And this is the thing that we want to learn today. Show up consistently. And when I say show up, I mean show up when you're not looking for something, when you don't want anything from the community. And that could just look like going to have a coffee with them, going and just sit and listen. Ask them how their day is going. For me, I show up for my community all the time. I go to just talk to them. I go bring food, water. Sometimes it's Narcan, sometimes it's fentanyl chasing scripts, because I know what my community needs. Do you know what your community needs? These are some of the questions you should ask. Next, partner with trusted voices. And that could be faith figures, your local barbershop, your local hairdresser. And why this is important is because those community-based people already have built a relationship with the community you're trying to build trust with. And once they vouch for you, this is where the real relationship building starts to happen. Trust changes everything. When real trust is built, people start to share everything you need to know. Things that you can't find on a survey. They start to tell you the real things, the hesitations, the stories that they have never told researchers before. This is where extra data really lies. Those messy things, the honest moments. They go so much deeper. You stop just collecting answers and really start understanding their lives. And the most important part about this, the participation starts to grow. It's organic. People really start, when they start to feel seen and valued, they don't just stay. They bring their friends. They bring their neighbors. And that's the most important part. It's so much more powerful than any recruitment flyer, any incentive. It's organic. And this leads to my discussing question. How can we build relationships that invite participation rather than simply collect information?